What's good? What's good? Wait, let me turn this Bluetooth off right quick. Let me turn this Bluetooth off so it doesn't connect to the radio because the mic is trash when it's to the radio. Anyway, what's going on, Eagles Nation? You already know who it is, but for those that don't know, allow me to reintroduce myself. I go by the name of Desert Eagle, and I represent the one, the only, the reigning, defending, undisputed Super Bowl champions, the Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles! Yeah! What's good, Eagles Nation? Listen, I ain't even mad. A win is a win. All right? A win is a win. That's all that matters, right? Victory Tuesday, exactly. Listen, right? Listen. Y'all can say it was an ugly game, it was a boring game or whatever. I mean, the casuals and the haters are going to say that. But I bet if it was the other way around, they wouldn't be saying it was a boring game. But you know what? Hey, man. A win is still a win. It takes 1 point, just 1 point. 1 point to take us to 7-2. So I ain't mad about it. It was a defensive battle. I mean, yeah, the offense on both teams looked really sloppy, but hey, there was still some key stops and everything. You feel me? There was some key stops and everything. I don't really think our offense was at our best, but we saw a nice 34-yarder from Hurts to Devontae Smith. That was long overdue. I don't know why we weren't really testing the secondary like we should. AJ Brown wasn't really involved all like that. I mean, I don't know what's going on. This is probably just not a. I don't. It's weird, man. It's weird that we're not utilizing AJ Brown all like that. But I mean, all I keep hearing is he wants to be here. I know he wants to be here. I don't really question that. I mean, who wouldn't want to play for a team that's still winning games and getting him a ring regardless? You feel me? So I don't know. I mean, you can say AJ Brown was covered every play. I don't know about that. I felt like that one play that Hurts threw down the field to AJ Brown on the fourth, it was like 4th and 9 or whatever. I didn't really agree with the call. It should have been a field goal. I mean, that would mean the Packers would have to go for a touchdown. But I felt like that one play where AJ Brown, quote unquote, missed that pass, that deep pass or whatever. I felt like that defender, whoever that defender was, he bumped AJ Brown out of catching range. That should have been called for defensive pass interference. I bet if that was Quinyon Mitchell, they would call that without a doubt. But you know what? It is what it is. All I'm going to say is, though, thank God we survived playing in a brutal weather such as in Green Bay. Now it's like, yeah, the offense was horrible, but something's up if even the Packers offense isn't even doing that good either. But yeah, there were times where Kevin Patullo tried to give the game away. There were times. Like, we got to get by this season, man. Like, we've seen a few flashes where like this offense can still be elite, but I just don't think Kevin Patullo he's not even halfway of an upgrade to Kellen Moore. But anyway, but yeah, what's going on, JP? My bad, I said JP. What's going on, JR? Hope all is well. So yeah, he managed to get like 40 or 50 yards at the, when Saquon caught that screen, and which led to that touchdown soon after. You know what I think? I felt like the Eagles were so predictable in majority of, the majority of the game. Their offense was way too predictable. I mean, they just knew. They knew what was going on here or there. They knew what the next play was going to be, and that just goes to show you, like, I mean, the Packers got a good defense too. I will say that. They got a solid young defense at that. But it was definitely a great defensive battle. It's great to see that, our defense never folded the entire game. That would have been the case if the Eagles went against a team with much better offense. Our defense would have definitely folded, but I don't know. It was just something about that game. I mean, it looked extremely cold out there. But when you're in Green Bay, man, when you're up north, see, the Eagles do get snow. It be cold in Philly, but up north, it's completely different. It's completely different. It's next level. You feel me? You could be at the very bottom when it's cold, and it's like you feel like your fingers about to fall off. It's like that if you're up in the nosebleeds in February. Yeah, it's like that if you're not dressed heavy. But Green Bay is next level, man. It's crazy. But yeah, Denari said, how come other how could other top teams could win ugly, but it's the Eagles? It's a problem. It's apparently even okay when top teams can lose games, but if the Eagles win an ugly game, it's a problem. I mean, I feel like a lot of people's football knowledge really comes into question. A lot of casuals, they expose themselves as casuals. Not only casuals, but obviously fat fucking slobs that's never played a sport in their life, especially out in the cold. They never played a sport in the cold, never in the rain, none like that. So it's just it doesn't surprise me that they're acting the way they act, talking about it's one of the most boring games. I mean, so let me get this straight. It just goes to show you though. It just goes to show you, because when the Eagles was shutting out the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, it was 40 to what was the score until the Chiefs scored? Was it when Jalen Hurts left, it was 4-6. Let me say that. It was 4-6. Everybody was talking about how the Super Bowl was boring and everything. So would it have been better if the Eagles put up more points? I mean, if that's the case, then I don't know. I just feel like they just want to hate. They don't want to see the Eagles win. Because I guarantee you, the game wouldn't be so boring if the Packers won. I guarantee you that. Was it 34-0? Was it 40-0? Man, it was an ass whooping. I'll say that for sure. It was an ass whooping for sure. But it was definitely a defensive battle. We never folded. Jalen Phillips. I just want to know how them Cowboy fans are feeling. Hey, to the 10 people that's watching, do your boy a favor. Hit that like button if you haven't done so already. Hit that subscribe. Also, if you don't have a TikTok, follow my TikTok at real.de90. Would be greatly appreciated. I'm trying to bring Philly live streams over there. I'm trying to bring Philly live streams onto TikTok, but unfortunately, I need 1,000 followers. So I'm trying to do gaming over there as well. I feel like I'll get a lot more fun out of gaming on TikTok than I will on YouTube. I feel so hesitant, to stream games on YouTube because it's always copyright, it's always this, it's always that. Meanwhile on TikTok, it feels like, I see a lot of people streaming over there and, they have such a great time. They be blasting their music and everything, just having that's what I want. So if you got a TikTok, definitely follow me. What up, Drew? What up? Hope all is well with you. Remember the Patriots and Chiefs had these type of games numerous times. Oh yeah, but no one pays attention to that. For both teams to be a dynasty, but nobody pays attention to that. But just like the penalties, they ignore plenty of the Packers penalties, especially the false starts. There are times they committed false starts, but they weren't paying attention to that. But because the Eagles had that one brutal false start, I'll admit that should have been called. But because of that, everybody's looking at that though. The same goes for the tush push or the brotherly shove. The same goes for that. What up, Cool Cat Connor? What's good, my guy? What's good? But yeah, as far as in the tush push, the times that the Bills been doing it, the Bengals did it not too long ago. No one's saying anything about that. Josh Allen's literally leading in touchdowns when it comes to tush push, but no one's saying shit about that. or because it's the Eagles doing it because they're the most successful, everybody wants to bitch, moan, and complain about it, especially the Packers, especially their sorry-ass coach, especially Micah Parsons, or should I say Podcast Parsons. I'm looking forward to what they got to say now, because all that bullshit they were talking, man, all that shit they were talking, all that shit. Talking about how this game is personal. Y'all were way more focused than us than last week. Hence why y'all lost to the Panthers. But now look at y'all. Look at y'all. Y'all sick as hell. These games supposed to be personal, and yet y'all still can't do shit. Y'all still can't do shit. That game against the Cowboys was supposed to be personal, but look how that turned out. How the hell y'all tied with the Cowboys? You know what? Speaking of the Cowboys fans, I got something to say to them because they were talking on Twitter. They were talking. These Cowboy fans, right? They were literally flexing about dropping 40 on the Packers. Oh, my Cowboys dropped 40 on the Packers. The Eagles can't even drop shit. It's been second half. This game is boring. I mean, so you're talking about you're dropping 40, but you ignore the fact that y'all gave up 40. Not only did y'all give up 40, but y'all tied with them in y'all turf, in y'all dome. I'm sorry, but this is not the flex that you think it is. This is not the flex you think it is. You tied with the Packers in Dallas. In Dallas, in the dome. Meanwhile, my Birds went to Green Bay in a brutal weather, a freezing cold weather out in Antarctica, Wisconsin, and got the W. I'm sorry, but I will gladly, and you say, like I say, like, y'all had to drop 40 just to tie with them. My Birds only dropped 10 and got the W. So I'll take this score over y'all's any day. I'll take it over y'all any day. I'll take it over y'all game any day. I don't even get the flex. I don't. Imagine bragging about dropping 40 on the Packers. Never mind the fact that y'all gave up 40 and still tie with them. Like, imagine flexing about that. The Saints did what Dallas couldn't do. Saints, Panthers. I mean, if you're talking about the Saints beating the Packers, then yeah. Sorry, I don't know. I didn't really been following the Saints, honestly. I should, because Kellen Moore's there, but anyway. Yeah, yeah. But yeah. I don't get the flex there. I don't. I do not get the flex. And I want to say this as well. Dallas fans, because we heard y'all were talking. Them Dallas fans was talking, and the Packers fans was talking. They were out here saying they were dead ass. They were Jerry Jones for adding some sort of stipulation to the contract, right? That the Packers cannot trade Micah Parsons to any team in the NFC East until his contract is up, which I believe is or what? You can't make any trade to the NFC East until 2028. But if you do that, you have to give up a 2028 first round pick. So that was apparently what Jerry Jones added to the contract. And them Cowboy fans out here, oh, Jerry Jones is savage. Let me change my tone right quick. Wow, Jerry Jones he's a legend. He's a genius. He's a savage. Them Eagles fans are mad. Them Eagles fans are so mad that they can't get Micah Parsons. Wow, like that's them Cowboy fans. Them and the Packers. Ha ha, no Micah Parsons for the Eagles. That's dead as them. That's dead as them, bro. You dead ass thought, like, you think we wanted Michael Parsons? You think we wanted Podcast Parsons? We don't want no fucking diva here in Philly, bro. I can speak for all the real Eagles fans. I can speak for all the real Eagles fans that we don't want no fucking Micah Parsons. Yeah, we know how solid he is as an edge rusher, but how is he in the playoffs? How is he in the playoffs? Huh? How does he does he contribute to shit? Has he won y'all games? Has he been a key factor? Oh, Micah Parsons is the next Reggie White. Yeah, Packers going to the Super Bowl. Yeah, go Pack, go. That's dead ass them. The media glazing his trade and everything. The media glazing him and everything. Micah Parsons ain't gonna make a difference for y'all. If anything, the Dallas Cowboys robbed you fucking morons. Micah Parsons, the Dallas Cowboys robbed y'all. They robbed y'all. They won that trade. Now, let me be real with you. I would not have mind Micah Parsons here in Philly. But at the same time, like, if that was to happen, I would love for him to stop with the damn podcast. I feel like he gives up way too much material. He talks too damn much. He cries and bitches way too much. You doing all that in a man's sport? Like, come on, not like if what's his name? If Slay, right? If Slay's podcast is barely tolerable, what makes you think that we're going to be willing to put up with Micah Parsons' podcast? He puts way more time in that than he does his own team. Like, come on, ain't nobody, man, come on. I'm like, listen, bro. All I'm gonna say is, we good for Micah Parsons. We didn't need him to win playoff games. We didn't need him to win the Super Bowl. So shit, I'm happy with what we got. Y'all dead ass thought we'd be upset. Ain't no real Eagles fan crying. Now, those other Eagles fans, yeah, that was so obsessed with Micah Parsons, they can go be a Packers fan. I already know they not real fans. They not real fans. Fuck it, I'm going to say it. Those Eagles fans that wanted Micah Parsons so bad, ignoring the fact that he was dead ass disrespecting CJ, dead ass disrespecting our MVP of a quarterback, Jalen Hurts. The fact that y'all didn't care about all of that, y'all ain't no real fans. Fuck that. Y'all ain't no real fans. You mad about it, get mad. I guess it applies to you. You don't need no fucking Micah Parsons. Fuck that guy. You don't disrespect my quarterback and think that you can come over here and get a free reign. Fuck that. Yeah, I'm not taking this. I'm going to have to take Walt Whitman. Yeah, I'm taking Walt Whitman. Fuck this. Hurts is having a career year when you think about it. Oh, for sure. For sure. He ain't even got to put up Patrick Mahomes' number or Phillip Rivers' number or what? I said Phillip Rivers. I meant to say Justin Herbert or whatever. Or Josh Allen. He ain't even got to put up those numbers and he's still winning games. That is the best stat right there. The greatest stat is winning. The greatest stat of all is winning. Is winning. Like, if you guys would rather have 400 yards and still lose a game, then nah, that ain't it. I would gladly take 100 yards with a W over 400 yards with an L. I'll take that any day. You know why? Because a W can get you closer to winning the division. A W can get you another playoff win. A W can get you a ring. So, I mean, and besides, I don't think Sam Darnold even had 200 yards when the Seahawks dominated the Arizona Cardinals. I don't see nobody trashing them. Wasn't Sam Darnold, wasn't he first overall? Was he? I think he was. Wasn't Sam Darnold first overall pick? I think he was. I could be wrong, though. I'm trying to remember. He was drafted by the Jets. And the Jets always have early first-round picks, so But yeah. But as far as Micah Parsons go, it turns out that Micah Parsons, as expected, is nothing more than a failed investment. He's a failed investment. Y'all got scammed by the Cowboys. And Parsons, the next Reggie White in the making. Oh, the next Reggie White in the making. Oh. Yeah, how that working out for you? He was a second overall pick. Okay. Still, and he's played for how many teams? Man, Parsons was greatly disappointed with Green Bay so far. Well, you should have known better than deciding to lead the way you did. You should have known better. I mean, we could say he's a slight upgrade than leaving Dallas, but at the same time, does it really matter? Because if it's one thing they could have in common is that they could get in the playoffs, but they'll go one and done. That's how they're looking so far, one and done. Jordan Love, the only reason why Jordan Love is even paid that kind of money, why he's even like he was on the map in the first place, is because he eliminated the Dallas Cowboys when they were hot that one season. That's literally it. He ain't worth that kind of money. And they dead ass try to compare our quarterback to that bum? Man. And Green Bay still isn't good enough to beat Philly. Still not. If only y'all can focus less on banning the tush push and focus more on building your team. Because last time I checked, the tush push isn't the reason why the Eagles own y'all. We didn't need the tush push to beat y'all any other time. Not in Brazil. Not even in the playoffs. Y'all need to do something about y'all quarterback. Y'all need to build y'all wide receiving core. Do something about your offensive line. Josh Jacobs is cool. Ain't nothing towards him. But yeah, do something about y'all defense. Like, y'all defense ain't bad, but clearly not good enough. That throw from Love to Bond was nice. Like, yeah. Parsons looks defeated. He can go cry in his Ferrari elsewhere. Fuck him. Go cry in your little podcast. I'm so sick and tired of losing to Philly, man. Fuck the Eagles, man. Man, fuck that guy. Man, shut the fuck up. Fuck, take my butt off and whip your ass. Like you on the fucking Giants or something. Shut the fuck up. Fuck that guy, man. Like, all this season, this dude was so obsessed with Philly. He was so obsessed. And when it comes to playing on the field, where they at though? Where he at? Huh? Where he at? He looked better on the Cowboys than he did with Green Bay going against us. That's for damn sure. Lane Johnson is Parsons' daddy. And you know what? And it's already true. And you know it's true because the fact that he'd even make Micah Parsons go on Twitter and be like, yeah, I hope the Eagles win the Super Bowl. Fly, Eagles, fly. Lane Johnson is the best player. Like, Micah Parsons is a punk, bro. Wherever he goes, he's going to hold y'all back. He's going to run onto his podcast. He's going to cry about that false start, the tush push and everything. And you talking about the Eagles is not a football team and everything. Well, if the Eagles aren't a football team, what does that make y'all? Being as though y'all couldn't beat us. What does that make y'all? And as I said about the Commanders, the Bummanders, or should I say what do you call it? The Washington Retirement Committee or whatever. You know, a bunch of old heads over there, and half of their team is hurting right now. A lot of us said Washington isn't going to get very far, but I didn't think that it was going to be this freaking accurate, but good grief. But anyway, but as I said about Washington, they're nothing but a bunch of pretenders. And now look at the Packers, pretenders. All that money y'all gave Micah Parsons, and he wasn't even a factor. Y'all better start criticizing him like y'all criticized Jalen Hurts. Y'all better start criticizing him. Like Jaden Phillips did way better than Micah Parsons. And Jalen Phillips is supposed to be injury prone? Huh, yeah. Yeah. By the way, if you haven't done so already, hit that like button, hit that subscribe, it'd be greatly appreciated, man. It was only 25 minutes in. That's crazy. But yeah, man. Fucking, man. Problem is Daniels will be a Raider, and he'll have his talent set from him by that point. How about that? Jaden Daniels? He'll probably go to the... I can see him going to the Seahawks. Or... I pray to God not the Jets. I pray to God not the Jets. Excuse me. He could even go to Miami, being as though Tua, he's reaching the end of his career. He's reaching the end of his career, honestly, man. There's going to come a point, like, it just takes one more hit, honestly. Maybe even the Saints. Maybe even the Saints, true. Maybe even the Saints. I can see him going to the Saints. I can definitely see him going to the Saints. I can definitely see that. But yeah. Unfortunately, it's as many of us have always said it. Washington is where careers die. I'm going to say it again louder for the people in the back. Washington is where careers die. You don't think Stroud? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't really know how Stroud is doing. I haven't really been following Houston all like that either, but I don't know. But yeah, Washington is where careers die. And I didn't want to be right when I said RG3 in the making or RG4, because look what's going on. That man being rushed back, still getting hurt left and right, missing games. Like, y'all might as well just sit him through the season, honestly. Y'all might as well sit, because y'all let him play the remainder of the season, man. That man's gonna, like, y'all gonna end his career at this point. I mean, do I feel sorry for the guy on a personal note? Of course. I mean, it's more like than football, but he's a division rival, and I didn't forget all the glazing y'all were giving him. All that glazing. Y'all dead ass try to put him in front of Jalen Hurts. Anyway, where players and coaches go perish. Yep. Where players and coaches perish. True that. True that. True that. Oh boy, oh boy. But yeah, the Packers, it's not really much to say, because it's really not much to say because it was a defensive battle, pretty much. But Jalen Phillips made one hell of a debut as an Eagle, though. All the things that was being said about him, and just like that, you know, like someone made a good point in this one meme that they put. He basically pulled up like he was Kevin Nash. For those that watch WCW, he was sitting in a wheelchair with his leg, his cast or whatever, that, you know, sticking out and everything. He removed that blanket, he got on up, healthy as ever, ready to kick some ass. That's Jalen Phillips. 2 forced fumbles, 5 tackles. Oh man. Listen. And not only the Eagles are still winning games, but the NFC, the rest of the teams lost. Or I think the Cowboys were on a bye week, but come on now. Like, come on now. The Eagles are by far on pace to be the first team in about 20 years, as far as the NFC East goes, to win the division back-to-back. But let me also make this clear. I don't really care about it all like that, because if it's one thing I want more than winning the division back-to-back, what I want more than that is for us to become a dynasty. That's what I want more than anything. And you know what? Although we went up to Green Bay, we survived the ugly game as far as offense goes. But then again, I don't know what to say, because not even Green Bay's offense could do well either. Not even Green Bay's offense could do good either. But yeah. But although we got the W, 7-2, but we're going to the Lions. We're hosting, my bad, we're hosting the Lions. And the Lions are no pushover. You feel me? The Lions, I know this game is going to mean a lot to them. We heard them talking in the regular season. Not the regular season, in the off season. We heard them talking in the off season. You feel me? You know, many were talking about how they would have won that Super Bowl, and this game was so boring and everything. But ain't nobody trying to give a fuck what a Lions fan gotta say. Y'all choked the way y'all did against Washington. Y'all were the number one team. The number one team. Y'all were what? 16, what were y'all? 15-1 or 16-1? And y'all went one and done in y'all own turf? Nobody gives a fuck what y'all gotta say. Y'all acting like the damn Panthers from 2018 when the Eagles won the Super Bowl that year, and here's Alvin Kamara, or as I called him back then, I called him Shanae. We would have easily beaten the shit out of the Eagles, but none of them is blaming that corner that blew that coverage to Stephon Diggs. No one's blaming him. Anyway, back on the 2025. I will say this. Our offense got to be on point next week going against the Lions, though. I feel like the Eagles can definitely beat the Lions, but we're also not going to sleep on them. I feel like they will be the tough. I would say either them or the Bears. And speaking of the Bears, bro, man, listen. I feel like our mistake is going to catch up on us. Because the last person I wanted to go against was C.J. Gardner-Johnson. Y'all can talk about how the man gets cooked and everything, but he still makes plays. Not only do he make plays, but he's a hitter. He is a hitter. He ain't afraid to throw his body at people. And now we're going to have to face that. Did y'all see how he went against the Giants? He did what our guys should have been doing. Back-to-back, going against Jackson Dart. Going against Tracy. Going against Devin Singletary or whoever. He was laying motherfuckers out that game. Even though we got our get back against the Giants, but watching him play with the Bears, I miss him even more, to be honest with you. I miss the guy even more. He's definitely a ball hawk at that. He could be one of the best damn safeties. One of the best damn safeties in Lord knows how long. A ball hawk and one that ain't scared to hit. Oh, but many of y'all didn't want him on the team anymore because he talks too much. Man, fuck all of that. The man likes to play. He ain't scared to hit. That's all that matters. He makes plays. He does it all. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. Let these players be them. Like, for real. Let these players be them. Like, I'm a fan. I'm always a fan of the logo more than I'm a fan of the player. But at the same time, like, I'm not going to say I'm as disappointed when we got rid of CJ. I'm not as disappointed as, like the Sixers got rid of Jimmy Butler, honestly. I'm not that disappointed, but at the same time, you can definitely see the difference, though. Hell yeah, I love having the arrogance. I feel like the arrogance, the cockiness, all of that, it brings out the best in you. Although it doesn't work well for most players, but CJ, he's earned that right. He's earned that right. And we had a chance right there to bring him back, but we decided not to. Many were saying, oh, but, we can't, they were trying to say that the Eagles cannot claim C.J. Gardner-Johnson because he was traded to Houston and everything. You know, we can't. But here's the difference, though. If the Houston Texans got rid of C.J. Gardner-Johnson, if they released him, we could actually claim him off of waivers. And you damn right. Then I'm going to trust ChatGPT on YouTube. You damn right I'm going to trust him. You know, y'all want to know why I trust ChatGPT as the source? You know, laying out the rules and everything? Because ChatGPT is also responsible for getting over millions of U.S. citizens laid off from their job. We're talking IT techs. We're talking, I don't know, customer service. ChatGPT is responsible for even closing down businesses. So you damn right I will trust them. And we're talking technicians that's been doing this for over 20 to 30 years. Got them laid off. So shit, you damn right I'm gonna trust them. And you know what? And you know what? And you know what though? Oh, no, that's not a good thing. Oh, that's definitely not a good thing. Absolutely not a good thing. I mean, there's like Uber's gonna. You know what? No, we're gonna talk about Uber another time. But yeah, Uber's gonna be in trouble. All their customer service. A lot of companies is gonna be in serious trouble. What the hell happened here? What the hell? I don't know what that was all about. But anyway, man. Maverick said, I don't trust anyone but Jesus. Hey, I hear you on that. I hear you on that. I believe in the highest power. I believe in the highest power. I believe in Jesus as well. That also leads to me another thing. I'm not sure whether I should be Christian or go Catholic. And I say that because, you know, my son's in a Catholic school. And they teach Catholic related stuff all the time. So that makes me wonder, like, should I, if I become Catholic, I become more familiar. And yeah, and him, like when it comes to religion, he'll even be able to pass. He'll be able to achieve much better scores. Let me just say that. But that's a whole nother time. That's a whole nother time. Shit, man. I don't really know much else to say, man. I mean, it was a defensive battle for the most part. I mean, everybody did their thing. I know everyone's still going to be complaining about the tush push, the false starts, and so forth. All I gotta say is fuck them. You know, you feel me? All I gotta say is fuck them, because everyone seems to be wearing a blindfold when it's other teams having a very sloppy game. But if it's the Eagles, it's always a problem. Like, but anyway, man, I just gotta say fuck them. I'm not gonna take much of any more of y'all time because I don't really know much else to say, man. Like, for real, because I wanted to keep the stream, you know, about the Eagles, and I could talk about other things, but I don't know, maybe another time. But anyway, I'm almost at work anyway. I just want to say the Birds are now 7-2, man. Fuck those Packers, especially the fans that was talking that shit. You know, fuck their sorry ass coach. And the only way he's going to take this L is he's still going to get back to complaining about the play. So just want to say to hell with that guy. And I believe it's safe to say he's never going to win a Super Bowl. So not with that mindset. All that glazing y'all were doing. What's his name? Matt LaFleur or whatever. Like, I would always talk about Sean McVay being overrated, but Matt LaFleur is another one. Oh, and Brian Daboll. You know, Brian Daboll. He's another one. All that glazing y'all were doing for that guy just because he was coach of the year. And now he got fired by the Giants. You know what, man? All I'm going to say is the best thing that Brian Daboll will forever be known for is beating the Eagles. Beating the Eagles will forever be his Super Bowl. And I said it's about the Giants. The best thing the Giants done this year, besides drafting Jackson Dart and Cam Scatterbo and everything, is beating the Eagles. The Eagles will always be your Super Bowl. I said that. Y'all didn't like it, but guess what? Y'all gonna hate it even more because you know it's right. You know it's right. So anyway, Mike Kafka is going to be their interim head coach moving forward. And honestly, what goes on moving forward, I don't really care. You know why I don't care? Because we ain't got to worry about the Giants until next season. We already know they're not going to the playoffs, so I'd rather focus on teams that's actually competitive. So we got the Lions. I guess the Packers might make it into wild card, so I guess you got them. Definitely the Bears. The Seahawks, no doubt about it, the Seahawks. You feel me? What else? What else should we look at? I don't know what to say about the Falcons, honestly. I'll just call them a sleeper team or whatever. But yeah. The NFC East runs by the Eagles, the Lions, and the Seahawks, no doubt about it. But I know they're gonna call the Eagles the odd man out, no, the odd team out and everything. But you know what? I love it more than anything. And you know what's unfortunate about the Seahawks? They got our number. They got our number. They even fucking beat the Eagles when they had Drew Lock. So you know what? I'm going to say the Seahawks. Respectfully, the Seahawks will be our biggest threat. I would say the Seahawks, the Lions. I feel like we can definitely stop Caleb Williams, all right? We can definitely stop Glitternails Williams. That's what I'm going to call him, Glitternails Williams. Bedazzle will, I don't know. But yeah, man. But I'm going to say our biggest threats to the Eagles is going to be the Seahawks, the Lions, then the Bears. I'm going to say that. So, but in the end, we're the defending champs. And I know in the playoffs, that's when we play serious. And it's getting cold out here. The real meaning of football basically starts now. It's going to get cold as fuck. We're about on the second half of the season. It's time to separate the men from the girls. And yeah, let's fucking go, man. The Eagles are 7-2. The Eagles are now 7-2. Anyway, I'm going to put an end to that, man. You guys hit that like button if you haven't done so already. Hit that subscribe. Once again, follow my TikTok. It is real.de90. It'd be greatly appreciated. I guess I'm going to get on out of here, y'all. Until next time, I'll catch y'all on the next one. Let's go Birds.